Hey, welcome back to the channel. I've been getting requests for a build update, so I figured what better place to film than at MAOF this year. I planned to film this entire build in a series for you, but it came down to either me finishing it and getting out there and using it, or building and filming for over a year. Here's our group for the festival, so we'll zoom in here and cover some of the exterior shots first, and then I'll swing around and take you inside and talk all about it. There are 2 other videos on the channel of where I picked up the Atlas and then I started to do the build out, and I recommend that you go watch those first before this one if you haven't seen them. And that's because we cover the basics of how the Atlas works, the basics of the inside of it, and some of the early build steps that I will not cover again in this video. So this is a 2021 model AT Overland Atlas. It pops straight up. It is an 8-foot model, and it is painted silver to match the truck. The purpose of this build was to facilitate work-life balance and remote working, and so that meant I wanted to build an office for the road. There are things that I needed to have for that office, and there are things I wanted to have for creature comforts. No question about it, this is a digital nomadic rig. And that meant as much solar as I could fit on top. So here you see 400 watts of solar and 4 Renogy 100 watt panels. My job requires high-speed internet access, and I like to go to the remotest places, so that meant Starlink. The truck is fitted with 20-inch Icon rebound wheels, and they're wrapped in Cooper Discover AT3 LTX tires, 285/65/20s. This is a 2015 F350 with a 6.7 power stroke diesel. It's a crew cab with an 8-foot bed. The entire inside of the bed is insulated, but on the tailgate I put a bed rug. And to keep the bugs out, I put a screen that zips up and is magnetic from AT Oregon. With the added weight on the roof, I added a lift handle so that I could open it from the outside. I also upgraded all 4 struts to 90-pound struts. So we're going to zoom right in and let's pause it right there. So the structure of all the cabinets and the benches are 15 series 80/20 aluminum extrusion. One of the most common questions I get is, why did I use 15 series? Why did I use something so heavy duty? Well, I'm a big guy at 6'5", 225 pounds, and I wanted confidence that it wasn't going to move no matter what I did to it. The side panels are 1/4 inch birch board that are vinyl wrapped in a gloss white, just like you'd wrap a car. Not only did I want this to be functional, I also wanted it to have a unique look and feel. That's where you see the external corners with the plugs and the inserts to give it more of an industrial look. This layout is very common for truck bed builds with a center aisle and 2 rows of cabinets down either side. On the right you can see my Dometic CFX 75 dual zone fridge. Underneath the fridge there are 2 slots for pull-out bins for miscellaneous items, and on the left there's a Hest Dually mattress. The Hest is a comfy 4 inches thick when opened for sleeping, or folded it's twice as comfy using all 8 inches.
That's what she said!
In the bench section closest to the tailgate is my propane tank housing for a 20-pound propane tank. It is vented through the floor and the lines feed my Propex furnace and cooktop. The Starlink extension cable is reeled here on the left-hand side so that I could set the dish away from tree cover if I need to. The center aisle has an inside shower, and the shower pan cover doubles as a step-up. More on that later. There are Arctic Tern windows, screens, and shades on both sides of the Atlas. And gray wood grain vinyl flooring covers the floor and the shower pan. So here's the tailgate bed rug cover, and then you can see the 2 tailgate gap covers that I used to cover the distance between the bed itself and the tailgate. That seals it up nicely. Along the front wall of the bed, there's a 42-gallon freshwater tank. And you can see the little cutout window there where I'm showing about a little over half full. I like to track my travels with the map, and I keep that on the side of the fridge. I only need a few more states. So let's go ahead and step up into the camper. Once again, the Dometic dual zone 75-liter fridge. I usually tend to keep one as a fridge and one as a freezer, and the freezer I usually run at sub-zero. You'll see these little nets all over the place. They're Velcro backed. And then this is the Expedition Essentials paper towel holder. It's magnetic. I have it Velcroed to the wall, but I can take it out and stick it to the back side of the truck as well. It really is a great piece of gear. High quality fit and finish, and the lid keeps the paper towels from flying all over in the wind. And of course, with a freezer, you've got the beer fridge. Let's pause right here for a second because I want to talk about the countertops. What you're seeing is a phenolic resin countertop. It is extremely dense and very heavy. It is extremely hard to work with and cut, and I don't recommend using it for anyone. But I loved the smoky color, and I needed something that was extremely durable and wasn't susceptible to the weather. This resin is the same kind of countertop that you would see in a high school or college chemistry lab, or maybe an office kitchen. Alright, let's talk stove a little bit. So here I have a dual burner, propane fed sink stove combo, has hot and cold water. The lids to each side are tempered glass, which I'm not thrilled about, but they do have rubber shock absorbers. So I want to talk about interior lighting a little bit. This is a LED rechargeable bar light. It's magnetic and it's dimmable, and you can see the little magnetic base that it hooks into and the magnet on the back. And I've got these magnetic points at different points all around the camper. So I have two of these lights, and I can place them wherever I need to place them depending on what I'm doing. You can see there's another one up underneath the front, and then they just magnetically snap right back in there. They're USB rechargeable, and then you just tap to shut them off. If you haven't noticed, I am standing on the shower pan cover. It's built out of 80/20 as well, so there's that 15 series strength, and at 225 pounds I can jump up and down on this. And you know, I grew up in Pennsylvania, so whenever I'm in Pennsylvania, I have to pick up my Middlesworth chips. So down here under the front runner tote is the hot water tank. It is a 12-volt electric hot water tank, and we'll turn it on here in just a second. You'll see it light up. Unfortunately, the display is in Celsius only, so you just have to do the conversion, but that will heat to about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. It takes about 20 minutes for it to heat up. It is 1.6 gallons. Here's the thermostat for the propane furnace. And then this is the interior quick detach for the shower. Hot and cold water. I'll show you that more in just a second. And this is the RV propane gas detector, something you should always have when working with propane inside a camper. And there's the heat duct from the furnace. So we'll swing around here and look at the power tower for a second. A couple things going on here. This is the Starlink router. Provides Wi-Fi. Over here we've got another net just full of hanging stuff. Batteries, headlamps, gloves. Internal and external thermometer. S-Pod Touch Control Center controls all of the exterior lighting as well as the hot water tank and the cell phone booster. And then all of my power for shore power, 120 and 12 volt. The rig itself has a 400 amp hour battery bank. They are lithium iron phosphate Renogy batteries, and they are self-heating. I'm not going to open that up because I have to move the tower here, but you can see them in the other video. You can get a good look here of what I'm controlling with the S-Pod Touch. And then my power outlets, or my power strips, slide out from the power tower itself, so they retract back in for shore power and inverted power. And along with the Hest mattress, there's a Hest pillow there, and it's amazing as well. So this is the cab over section here, and you can see there are 2 sliding panels. The 8-foot Atlas came with 1 panel. I ended up cutting that in half so that I could store them both there on top of each other. Just another couple of nets to hang different things from the ceiling. I hang gloves, again, throw an iPad up there, whatever you need. Just very handy to hold those phones and things like that at night. Okay, so let's talk about the shower. This is what I get questioned about the most. So this is an interior shower, and when I lift the lid up that you saw me walking on earlier, there's a backsplash that creates the backside of the shower wall. You can see I flip up the Hest mattress whenever I need to take an internal shower or an inside shower. There is an external shower as well. So when I lift the wall up like that, then I flip this open, and then I go get the shower wand, which I also use for washing dishes outside. But you'll see here, we'll back up. By the way, the shower itself drains through my Super Duty 5th wheel hitch hole in the bed. So where the hole is to naturally hook up a 5th wheel trailer, the drain goes right down there through that, and the kitchen sink drain ties in as well. One thing about the draining is if I am somewhere, if I'm in a sensitive area or something like that, I do have the ability to catch the gray water as well. And I always use biodegradable soaps. So you can see here, here's the shower wand. The head is removable, like I said, to use as a spray. But with the wand on there, and the quick connect on the side, we'll go back in and I'll show you how that looks. So here's the shower curtain. It is extended from the top. There's little clips all around, and it's partway right underneath the fan, the Max Air fan. So that fills out the shower curtain, and it also pushes all of the, any kind of steam or humidity up through the fan. So this is what it looks like when you're actually taking a shower. You kind of step in here, puts that to the side. And I'm 6'5", and I'm standing in the shower pan, and you can see I have plenty of room above me. I have the nice fan blowing on me, and then we just come over here, and we can use this back wall as a shelf for either soap or shampoo or whatever it was, towel, whatever you need to put here. That entire wall is a wet bay. So now we've kind of moved the Hest mattress up top just for a second so I can show you guys, open the bin here a little bit. So the lid lifts up, and you can see I've got my propane tank in there, and then over here I store my wrap-on green toilet with some other miscellaneous stuff, just junk, anything I want to put in there, supplies, whatever. And then the other one, which I'm not going to lift up, is the battery bank in the front corner there. And like I said, you can see that in the other video if you'd like to see where that bank is housed. And here's a shot of the propane Propex furnace, along with some of the plumbing, and there's my electric hot water heater. I had to use a combination of some piping and some hoses here because the access drawer flips down. And this is my Guzzle H2O water filter. That's a charcoal and UV filter so that I can have clean drinking water. So that brings us back to the back again. One other thing that I'll point out here that I missed before is the Mopica propane sensor. If you have propane or use propane and you don't use Mopica sensors, I would highly suggest that you do so. It's all Bluetooth. There is an app on your phone, and there's no guesswork involved anymore. It uses sonic to measure your level of propane, and it will monitor 2 tanks. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them below. Like I said, this has been working great for a mobile office, and this has been a quick review from the Mid-Atlantic Overland Festival.